Hi, welcome to Ames Responds to COVID-19, a question and answer program where Ames area organizations answer your COVID-19 questions. I'm Susan Guiasa, Public Relations Officer with the City of Ames. On today's show, my guest is Steve Sullivan, the Director of Marketing and Community Relations for Mary Greeley Medical Center. Steve, welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to be here again.
So you've been a frequent guest because there are a lot of questions out there. And right now, most of the questions are focusing on getting the COVID-19 vaccine. What can you tell us?
Well, first of all, I always like to clarify that one of the reasons you hear from me on this topic is that Story County Public Health is based at Mary Greeley. So sometimes I wear a public health hat, and that's what I'm doing now. There are a lot of questions out there about the vaccine. Of course, the good news is that the vaccine is here, and there are a lot of people getting it. It would be great if we had more than we do, but we're doing the best we can with allocations. The best way to keep up with what's happening is to go to the hospital's website, mgmc.org. You'll see a yellow banner on the page. Click that, and that will take you to our vaccine information page. It's something we maintain for Story County Public Health. Right now, we're getting about 1,100 doses a week. Of course, we hope that goes up as supplies increase. But right now, it's about 1,100 doses a week. About half of those are being retained by Story County Public Health to take care of what is right now the Tier 1 group. Those are people who are on school staff, K through 12 school staff, first responders, daycare workers. We're hoping to move on to Tier 2 soon. Those are individuals with disabilities who are receiving services in the home, for example. And those are folks who might be working in congregate settings and are unable to social distance. They're in the food, manufacturing, distribution, agricultural industries. Those topics get a little vague sometimes, but by the time we get to Tier 2, we're hoping that will be all very clear to everyone. Tier 2, as far as Story County goes, probably won't start until sometime in April. Much of March is going to be spent getting that second dose into the arms of all the school staff. Very important group of people, and they're going to be really focusing on getting those folks taken care of. Meantime, it's those folks 65 and older who are also eligible. The allocation that Story County Public Health gets each week, half is going to those tier groups. The other half typically is being distributed to McFarland Clinic, Unity Point in Huxley, Story County Medical Center, Primary Health. Iowa State gets some. They're taking care of their law enforcement and their daycare staff. So
just to give people some perspective, that 65 and older tier, how many people is that?
In Story County, I've heard it's between 12 and 14,000. I've heard 14,000, I've heard 12. So 12 to 14,000.
So we have a lot of people who need vaccination.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we don't have enough vaccine to meet the demand. One of the questions that comes up is why isn't there a central registration area, sign up? The only answer I have for that is because there isn't. And the state has now said there's not going to be one. So you do have multiple providers that you can reach out to. And they get the vaccines from different sources. McFarland Clinic and those other providers I just mentioned, they're getting their allocations from Story County Public Health, who are getting it from the Iowa Department of Public Health. Pharmacies, a lot of the pharmacies, however, are getting it straight through the federal government from the Federal Retail Pharmacy Partnership. Nucara, for example, Medicap, for example. So that's another avenue for people. So while it might be frustrating to have to reach out to multiple providers, we recommend that you do that. Ultimately, to paraphrase Hamilton, you don't want to miss your shot. And so the best way to go get it is to reach out to all of those opportunities that you have. And we do know that there are some people leaving Story County and going to Polk County to get that shot at a pharmacy. If that works out for you, terrific. We just want people to be able to get their shots. Hopefully the supplies will maintain, so the second shot is going to be available in a timely manner. Hopefully we'll see our allocations increase for Story County as well.
So Steve, let me just sort of paraphrase. We've been told if you're a patient of McFarland's that don't call them, they'll call you.
Correct.
But also, if you have the opportunity, it sounds like you're saying, go ahead and reach out to a pharmacy and try to get the shot that way if possible.
Sure, absolutely. If you think you're eligible, go ahead. A lot of the clinics are working backwards. They're going from oldest to youngest. I think McFarland, for example, is probably in the 80 to 85 year old range right now, probably getting into the 70s soon. But if you don't want to wait, and if you're 65 and you think you can get it at a pharmacy, go for it. We're not, we wouldn't advise you any other way. The important thing is if you have an opportunity to get the vaccine, take that opportunity.
That's a great message. So
right.
Get yourself protected however you can do it. If you get called later, simply tell them, I already had it, right?
Right. And if you're with McFarland will send you a text and say, are you still interested in the vaccine? If you've already had it and you're taken care of, just reply no, and you're good.
Okay, Steve, one more time. What's the website people should start at?
Go to mgmc.org. mgmc.org. You'll see a yellow banner on the page. Click on that. That will take you to our Story County Public Health vaccine update page. We're updating that regularly whenever we receive new information. We're updating it weekly when we know what the allocation for that coming week will be.
Great. Thank you. Very helpful information. That was Steve Sullivan, Director of Marketing and Community Relations at Mary Greeley Medical Center. That's our weekly edition of Ames Responds to COVID-19. If you have COVID-19 questions for us, email us at covid19@cityofames.org. We'll try to answer your questions on our next show. Thanks for watching.